Two.
Yeah, I do.
South of us. Looks like.
We haven't gotten the lightning alert yet.
I just did. What did I get then?
Whether
10-mile lightning.
in the text,
It's a dark town, so.
Oh, well, we get to the bottom.
I didn't get one.
Lightning alert within 10 miles, 30-minute issued at 6:09. Or 5:11, sorry, 5:11.
Thankfully, it's only a 35% chance.
I think they lowered your distances, so the
Not much.
alarms don't go off on the field
Yeah.
until it's 6 miles.
Oh, yeah.
35%
I get 10
chance.
miles.
Well, hopefully I won't be walking home in the rain. Is Decca having a presentation today? Yep. Oh, that's swell.
What the frick?
Yes. Gotta work.
Where's that at?
Do you need batteries?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, just did something.
Oh, because that's
I got, you know, you gotta hit the 3 dots in the middle.
Way too close.
No, 3 dots in the right.
Because he.
It's fine, but you just want to do that.
What do you say?
Is your HDMI one or
Stay at home, set and pull like a monitor.
Yes, I should take the keyboard away from that.
well, it's not even over there.
I don't know how to do it. But they should be once every 2 weeks.
Zoom from the pool.
You know, in the winter, I'll do that in the hot tub.
Hey.
You know what?
I looked up a whole bunch of solutions to your email issue. And I really think I just need something with more.
You guys said you were changing it, so why didn't you change it?
Change what?
We're not doing the board doc.
Oh,
Change it to the new system and then we'll do it.
okay. As long as you're all right with that. Is it only the board docs that it does that too? Okay.
It's the forwarding. All that and then
Yeah.
that way you can look at it, get to the other email you guys, you can put down, because that's the public version. That's the separate email that you get for the.
Yeah.
Administration stuff.
Okay.
There's the one.
Cause I spent, I don't wanna tell you that I spent like 6 hours. I know you'd appreciate it if I spent 6 hours trying to figure out what was wrong with your email. But it gave me a list of like 10 different things that we could try doing. But it's gonna be a matter of like somebody scooping up your computer and trying the 10
Well,
different.
who changed it?
Yeah.
You're gonna show Aaron's link when they talk about that donation.
Not it.
Did you do that?
I mean, anybody ask a
Anybody asks me
question?
questions,
Yeah.
do you have it or do you need me to send it to you?
No, I have it.
He said you don't have to show everything on it. He was just saying if somebody had it, you could just like show the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to help them out.
I mean, once I use the one, just give me another one, now I'm trying to take a screen off this one, it's maybe it'll come off this.
But I.
I didn't know. Overview, what's that? It's excellent. They'll board.
They're retired lots of time on their hands, bro.
Retired in the cave.
The board is doing it for you.
I can't.
We're down there. You would think, that's what I said, that's actually a good question. What are you looking at something to?
Jay?
And she was out yesterday and like that's right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that might be. 30 seconds. Needs everybody else. Take advantage.
Get back all day. I got
Back all night.
Karen is excused.
Do you have something I can just put on one somewhere?
Right for the school boards, you know. School Board Association.
Oh, okay.
5 seconds.
He's giving you a countdown.
Oh, okay. All right, oh no, I got 429. Or, yeah, why does it say 429? You're an hour off. It's my computer. Oh. All right, well, it's 5:30. Let's all please rise for the pledge of allegiance and the land acknowledgement statement.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Salamanca City Central School District acknowledges the homeland of the Anandawaka, the people of the Great Hill, the Seneca people on whose ancestral and modern-day land Salamanca School District now stands and whose water we enjoy. We stand with all Indigenous peoples in their resolve to remain connected to their land. While we cannot undo what has been done, it is the goal of the Salamanca City Central School District to recognize the history and make improvements that will benefit the next 7 generations of Indigenous students.
Yeah. All right, welcome everyone. Vice President of School Board Carrie John here, filling in for Teresa Ray, who was unable tonight. I was just asking my colleagues if we want a long meeting or a short meeting, so we'll find out soon. So to get started with, we're looking for an approval of the agenda. Do we have any changes to the agenda?
There are a couple of changes since it was first published on Friday. In section 5, we added item B, which was Becky Nannon, for a professional development request. We added item G, which is the reorganization meeting date resolution. And then we're very fortunate in our community to have very generous people. And within the past week, we have 4 additional scholarships for students. So those have been added to item 6, H, J, K, and a thank you letter to Rodney Creed. We removed the Tech Edge contract for the 26-27 year. And just so we're all on the same page, we have updated the upcoming events section to accurately reflect the 7 p.m. graduation, which will be held at the high school track complex, unless we have inclement weather, in which case it'll be held in the auditorium.
So not at Vets Park.
Not at Vets Park.
Okay, I got an issue. I don't know, this didn't update. My letter G is declare surplus, letter H is reorg. And then I've got the scholarship I, J, and K.
Let's see, G, I have the reorg. Maybe I read these off, Ron. H is a scholarship. Well, let me take a look here. I'm sorry, I is a scholarship, J is a scholarship, and K is a scholarship.
No, it's.
Maybe I misread the sections.
Is it correct in here?
It is correct, yes.
Okay,
I probably just misread the section.
all right, so G is declare surplus, H is
Correct.
reorg meeting, I, J, and K are scholarships.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the thank you, I'm sorry, is in section 8. B.
AB, thank you.
From Rodney Creed.
Yep,
All right.
okay. All right, do I have a motion to approve the amended agenda? Motion by Dale. Second. Second by Ted. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried. Agenda is approved. Item number 3, recognition presentations. We have a presentation, NISBA Cultural Caring Award. And the presenter will be Sylvester Cleary from NISBA Area 3, who is the NISBA Area 3 Director. and Chautauqua County SBA President from NISBA, New York State School Board Association.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, before I get started, I'd just like to say I love your opening session here. Paying homage to the indigenous people. I love that. That's the first time in all my travels that I've heard an organization that brings that up. That's wonderful. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Sylvester Clary. And the other two places that I live at, that you didn't mention, was I also sit on the Rural Schools Board and the New York State Caucus of Black School Board members.
All right, well, thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Listen, I got to tell you folks, I feel right at home here. I don't know what it is, what you folks are doing, but I feel very welcome to be here. And that's wonderful. I get a chance to go across New York State and I meet a lot of people, meet a lot of students, I meet a lot of people in education in all facets. But you folks have a very warm environment here. And it just feels good. I just want you to know that before I get started. So I'm here because our president of the NISBA, Christine Snars, and our executive director of NISBA, Bob Snyder, it's because of them that I'm able to be here and to present this award to you. What happened a few years ago is that NISBA realized that the old saying goes that it takes 7 positives to cure 1 negative. And we have been getting a lot of negative press in education in the past year or so. And so they decided that there are so many great things that are happening in our schools that no one knows anything about them. And so these programs, the Caring program, and I see that you have the Champion of Change here, which I was here to present this not too long ago. These awards represent the great work that you folks are doing, and that's why I'm here to present to you the Caring Award, which is, if I just may read this, Culture of Caring. The NISBA recognition is presented to Salamanca Central School District for the care and thoughtfulness shown by the students and staff of your district's Indigenous Studies class as they preserve the local Indigenous tradition of growing, harvesting, and braiding Tuscarora white corn. Your contribution to a positive district and community culture to be commended and celebrated. It's an honor for me to be here, truly. And like I said, I feel so much at home, but it's all because of you folks, students, staff. You make the difference. And I just hope that you continue to do things that brings awards so that I can raise you up in New York State. I've been on school boards for 16 years. And the one thing that I've always tried to push was that in our area, Chautauqua County, Cattaraugus County, Steuben County, Allegheny County, we have some of the most talented students in New York State right in these counties. And I've always tried to push our area in New York State because we need to be lifted up. And they need to hear from us. So please, whatever you do, keep doing what you're doing. Love what you're doing so that we can raise this area up. So I'd like to present this award. That is, if I can get it out. Beautiful flag. So who should I present this to?
Hey, Mr. John is probably the perfect
And
representation.
Dr. Beeler.
And Dr. Bueller.
yeah.
All right.
All right, so it says Culture of Caring. New York State School Boards Association recognition is presented to Salamanca Central School District for the care and thoughtfulness shown by the students and staff of your district's Indigenous Studies class as they preserve the local Indigenous tradition of growing, harvesting, and braiding Tuscarora white corn. Your contribution, your positive district and community culture is to be commended and celebrated. Congratulations. Thank you. I wonder, could we get a picture of, could all the students just come down and be in this picture? Not a student, love it, love it. That's what it's all about, you students.
Come on down.
This is gonna be a great picture. This is what I like to see.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
You guys aren't gonna be in the picture together. That means you guys gotta move Guys, Carter, over, moved in. Come down, fill in the gaps.
Out here, I'm sorry. Go ahead. There you are, sir.
Thank you much.
All right. Thank you very much. I really do. All right.
We're working on that.
I don't like people. You didn't know that.
Oh, all right, quick exit. All right, well, thank you to Sylvester for coming down and, presenting us with another award. I didn't even realize this. I guess I didn't even pay attention to the previous one we had, so I think we've seen him here a few
A few
times.
times, yes, we'll get them here more.
Yep. All right, awesome. So moving on, we have presentation, the CSE department prospect. Who's presenting? Jeff Schneider?
Thank you for having me tonight. And first of all, thank you for last year. There was an addition of 2 special education teachers at Prospect. And without the addition of those 2 people, probably wouldn't be presenting tonight because it would have been business as usual, the way it was. So we have made some changes to Prospect and our programming for students. So the next one. Right now, our current programming, we do have integrated co-teaching. So with that, we do have a special education teacher and a gen ed teacher working together, teaching together, planning together, making sure that all the needs of the students are met. We also have the ability to have consultant teacher. With that, the special education teacher will push into the classroom for typically 30 minutes of math, 30 minutes of ELA. We also have our 12-1-1, so that's a self-contained class for our students where we have 12 students, 1 teacher, and 1 teacher's aide. And that'll be a program where they will work at academics at their level, but can also add in life skills for those students and allow them to grow in all areas. And we also have the addition of the ability to have a 15-1. That's going to be 15 students working with 1 teacher. It's a more of a pull-out model. where students are gonna work at grade level work, but at their pace and in the way that they need it. So it can be completely differentiated from the way Jen might be presenting it, but we're still working towards those same kind of goals, but at the students, at the student needs. You know, the next one. So in the previous model, because we didn't have the opportunity for all those things previously, we had 4 teachers at Prospect serving 5 grades. And that also included us as pre-K through 3, and that also included us servicing outside agencies, going to SALT and previously River Street when it was open last year. Fortunately, it's closed. So that caused us to have to cover multiple grade levels in a day. My schedule last year had me going from 2nd to 1st and over to River Street on one day and handling resource rooms. So this limited our consistency for students and also really restricted our ability to have teachers collaborate, plan, and be able to really build their programs around the students. So go to the next one. So with our current co-teaching model, something we haven't been able to do, our co-teachers can actually be in the same classroom all day, planning with that teacher, working with those students all day through every academic area, because as we know, reading doesn't stop. It's just not for the hour of math. It's not just for the hour of ELA. Our reading, our writing, math is going to go through the whole day, and our students need those supports throughout their whole day. Our teachers are able to then look at each and every single day and plan for the next one. We have flexibility in our groups. We can change them, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, and based off of the student needs and trying to get them to be able to reach new heights. And that benefits all the students in there, not just the students with an IEP, because in a co-taught room, you do have students with an IEP and students who do not. The next one. So, as I said, we have stronger collaboration. Our instructional consistency is improving, and there's a shared accountability between the teachers. They're working with everything together, whether it's administering tests, grading tests, they're there together working all day long. And then that also adds into, a ton of planning time. They're showing up to the same room in the morning, they're leaving the same room. Their conversations can be had throughout the day of what may be going well or what they want to improve, because everything needs to be looked at. Benefits for students. So there's a more small group in this situation. The teacher I work with, we do a ton of small group, which has changed all the time. And that's going to allow our students to be able to give more answers, show what they know, but also hold them accountable. And you don't have just one teacher rolling through the room, you have 2 teachers watching everything they do. And making sure that we catch all the little nuances of what they need to improve on. And it gives them, that, like I said earlier, the support across all of the academic areas, not just for that time slot that we were pushing in for. And it also allows us to then target and look at what kind of intervention we may want to put in a quick real time, whether it's looking at some sight words, whether it's improving different math facts, it's right there at our fingertips, and we can quickly get into it. So this started last year. It started right around this time last year when these positions were added. Our teachers who were jumping in immediately got into a summer co-teaching training at BOCES. And just about everybody within the teaching was able to attend that. We did a book study during the school year on co-teaching, the do's, don'ts, and do-betters of co-teaching. We have also had Bonnie Wagner coming in from BOCES a few times. She observed the classrooms, gave some thoughts and talked to the teachers about, areas they may want to look at and going forward. And then we're able to put in some planning time, some dedicated extra grade level planning time for those teachers to get together and talk about what's going on. So as we go forward, Each year, we're always hoping that the teams will stay together. And as we find the correct mixes, I think that'll happen. But it's going to allow people to refine their co-teaching strategies and really kind of build their bond to help the students going forward. You know, look at what areas they want to change, look how they want to, which models they want to use, whether, you know, they want to maybe do more group teaching in some areas. Maybe they feel like a few more whole group lessons might be needed in others. And so I think it's going to help us to strengthen our data-driven instruction and help the students maintain their focus and allow us to focus on student outcomes. So wanted to go quick. So if you had any questions, you could ask. So if you do have any questions, feel free.
So was there a time we were sending special ed students to other districts because we couldn't house them or teach them here? Is that a question for you?
No, that's a fair question.
No, we never had to like outsource. I mean, we've added in programming, you know, over the years that may allow us to bring other students back. We do have two 12-1-1s now, which does allow us to service more students with that need. We previously only had one. So I guess in a way you could say it, but we never, like, for our gen ed students or anything, you know, our students who are in resource that might just get like resource and consultant or co-teaching, we never had to outsource any of that. So,
But we have outsourced 12-1-1s.
12, yeah, more your self-contained classes.
Right.
That's what we've outsourced.
And those are the ones that we're in the process of trying to bring back. In fact, part of the addition that's going on at Prospect will allow us to bring more of those students back. In general, we believe our staff can do a better, to say this politically correct, but a better job than both these folks. Sorry, Dale. Simply because, right? I mean, they know our students. They have been with us for a while. And it's our staff members. There's nothing, of course, that the BOCES folks won't do, but you can't beat having them in-house with the resources that we can provide. So the addition that's going up will allow us to bring back even more of those students and essentially have them stay in their home community and be engaged with students that they see in the neighborhood.
Awesome. Any rebuttal, Dale?
Well, we do have some 6-1 students still being sent to.
Oh, yeah, we still do.
Right.
Yes.
And, you know, things like that, but,
Yeah.
you know, those students typically are more needy
Right.
and we have specialized programs.
So, correct.
Any other questions on special ed?
Just when you talked about the BOCES, that was gonna be one of my questions. It's just like maybe an idea or something that you mentioned that from the BOCES, like what is an example of some of the feedback that Bonnie would provide typically to some of the staff there, and you know, how is that received or how has that been implemented?
That was more just looking at how they structured their day, because there's a lot of different ways that you can go about co-teaching, whether you're going to do a grouping model, you're going to pull it, or whether you're going to have one teach and one observe. So it was really kind of looking how that structure was and giving different ideas, like when that lesson comes up again, how could you implement a different model and when you might implement, you know, when you might implement that. I think everybody was pretty open to it and fine, everyone sat down. And, you know, we had, I think 2 visits she was able to come in for. So.
And that was Bonnie's?
Bonnie Wagner, yes. And then she did our summer co-teaching training at BOCES. It was in, I think, the week before we came back last year in the summer. So right around like that August 15th, 20th.
Yeah.
So it was a nice little way of coming back in and meeting with your partner to then come in the next week and get rolling. So.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Jeff.
Oh, thank you.
Great. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the presentation of the ICDC DECA trip. And
All right. Hello, hello. All right. So we are here to just let you know about our ICDC experience and what a great time we had. And I just have to tell you right off the bat is she represented well. I had a lot of people come and talk to me about her and the attitude that she carries from here. And that she was just so confident in everything that she did. And I'm gonna let her actually share her experience, so that I think it comes better from her. But I have to share my prom mama moment. We're in the airport. This is my daughter. Oh, reading a book. I was like, that's my girl. So I was really excited about that because you don't see that in the airport a lot. Most people are on their phones. But it was really neat to see, just to know like the growth that we see in our kids that go through this program. You know, that's what they're doing. They're not going on their phones looking for things. Instead, they're trying to read books to better themselves. So I love that part. But I'm gonna let Jelena start us off and then I'll jump in.
Yeah, can I just ask one minor thing? What does ICDC mean?
ICDC is International Conference Development Program.
Thank you.
So what it is, the national competition for DECA. And it's not just national, it's actually international. So we had teams from Canada. We sat with Toronto.
Yeah.
For a lot of our events. So there was Canada, Germany, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's very loud and they dance like crazy if you wanted to know. There were some Swedens there, but we never saw the Swedens or the Germans. There were some Chinese people from China there. So it's really all over the world where they bring the best of the best.
Thank you.
Yep. Go ahead. You want-
So during my experience, I went to the Ignite program. That was a class program. So we had our opening session the second day we were there. And during that, we just kind of talked about what we were gonna do. We got our schedules. So the first actual pullout thing we did, because we got in pull-out groups, was the scared the business of being you. And it was all about how to be a better leader. The first step to that they had was actually knowing why you want to be a leader. What was your purpose in it? The second thing we did was get split into groups. There's 4 color groups, it just depending on where you're sitting. I did the yellow group, which went to speak up first. And in this grouping, we talked to a professional speaker who has done a few TED Talks. I can give you his name, I do not know. But he did a few of them, and he was just talking about how you get better at public speaking through daily activities. The second thing we did was polish professional. This is all about how to polish yourself properly for a deaf competition. So things like how to eat properly. With like using a knife and forks and how to place them and everything. And how to dress, how to do your hair. Everything like that was in that section. Then we did the grid book. That was a communication class. In this case, we had a little map and you had to follow it without speaking. Only one person could do the map. So it's all about nonverbal communication. How do you communicate without speaking and without signing? The next thing we did was competitive excellence. This talks about how to pick where you compete. Some states allow people to compete in 3 different sections at the same time, but New York allows 1 or 2 max. The next section we had was what's the big idea? This is the lead up to a brain exercise versus creative thinking. They put the 2 classes together and did 2 sections of booklet. What's the big idea? Why are you trying to complete? And then the creative thinking was about how to brainstorm ways to complete it. A summing of me was elevator speaking. What's the fastest way you can promote your deck club to a student without losing interest? And then we had our closing section where we got pins for completing it. And we got some certificates as well.
All right. So I went to a bunch of trainings while she was in her classes. I went to classes and I went to one learning how to use Lightroom, which I brought that back to, Billy Brazil, because it's the Adobe programming, and I gave her the gentleman's idea. But the best ones I went to were all about how to grow the program and how to make it more beneficial for the students, that are outside of the business programs. Because we have a great business department. Sue and Matt and Billy have done a great job. But to grow the program, we need to be going outside of the business program and bringing students in. And so it talked about how to do that and how, when we have our meetings, and it was something we'd already discussed, in our own meetings here, is we want to start bringing in guest speakers like once a month from the business to talk to the kids about, what they look for when they're interviewing somebody, what they look for problem solving, those kinds of things. And then I was told I had to go to this room. So I went to this room, I was volunteered to go to a room, and I had to fill out a form. And then they said, hey, guess what? You get to be a national judge. So I got to nationally judge when I was there, in the Principles of Business Administration events. And they told me that the reason that I was chosen was because I had all the background, when I worked at Kohl's, and I was a manager, and I've worked in restaurants and things like that. They said what was nice is I could, kind of guide the kids when they were done on where they could have went. So that was kind of cool. So I spent 8.5 hours listening to kids talk, which it was really a great experience. We did get an award, so that was exciting. We got another membership campaign award for having the biggest membership campaign in New York State. So that was really great. And then we went down to visit the vendors, and we got lots of cards about some great products that we would like to see come into the school store over the next year and a half that the kids are going to be crazy about, like the bibs and the red and gray colors. Like, we were like, that's such a great idea. And how fun would that be to see our student body in red and gray bibs? So yeah, we had a great time with that. Go ahead, go to the next slide. So we were in classes till like 3:30, 4:30, and then we had free time in the evenings. There were some excursions, and they were quite expensive. So we chose to pick one, and we didn't do it with the DECA organization. We chose to do it on the outside because it was going to be cheaper. And then we walked everywhere. So we didn't do like the shuttles, because it was like $95 to go to the aquarium, and then it was $35 for the shuttle. And we're like, that's crazy. We're like 4 blocks from the aquarium. We can walk. So we walked. So we went to the aquarium. And the one thing we chose to do is we did the excursion where we got to feed the sea otters and pet them. And that was really great. We got to learn a lot there. We went to Hard Rock Cafe, Centennial Olympic Park. We were in Mercedes-Benz Stadium a lot, because that's where they had all the stuff. And then they had pin training. And you can see Julian's got a lot of pins. And if you've ever gone to an OM competition, it's the same idea. Kids are coming up to you like, hey. So I have to tell you, our favorite one, and we did bring one back from Mr. Schnaufer, because she go with us. I didn't have mine on. Is the Josh Allen pin.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a Josh Allen pin. But we really wanted to come and just thank you guys for the opportunity to send us. And what an amazing experience it was. And we came back with a lot of information that we want to provide. So our vision right now is, during the summer, we had a DECA meeting as soon as we came back, and the club has agreed they want to meet this summer for a day or two, for like the whole day. So we can plan out kind of what next year is going to look like, speakers they'd like to see come in. They want to talk about mentoring like 7th and 8th graders, so that we can start to grow that program even younger, like maybe an EDEP program type thing. And then Mrs. Schnaufer and I are already signed up for a DECA advisor program that shows how to bring it into the business classrooms. And we had sent that information on to the rest of the business department as well. So I think that's a great step also, to see how other people are doing it. And then another thing a lot of schools do is they have a DECA class in their business program. And how they do that is they do a co-teacher kind of situation, because you go to DECA, a lot of their people are not business teachers. They're like, there's a business teacher and then somebody else. So what they do is somebody does that business aspect, and then somebody does the role play aspect. And I know when I talked to Billy Brazil at one point, like 6 months ago, we thought we would like to approach Mr. Long about that eventually, for like next year, but we wanted to see kind of how that looked in other schools before we did that. So we wanted to give you a thank you card for signing us, but we also wanted to make you honorary Decker members.
That's awesome.
You're coming down? You have. Yeah, and then Jelena got some awards too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Good job.
Thank you.
So she got the certificate of achievement
Thank you.
and the Ignite.
I just wanted to be nice.
All right. Thank you.
They got it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations. Can I ask one question real quick?
Sure, got.
Sorry. You mentioned that, some of the things that you were talking about in your presentation, like, one of the questions is like, how to become a better leader and why you want to become a leader. Could you tell me like one thing about like what you learned about how to be a better leader?
Yeah, so I learned that it's a lot about how you read it. The reasoning why you are is gonna drive how you lead. So for example, I've always wanted to go into game design, really are. But the reason I would need to lead in that sense is to be able to manage teams and be a better team member. If you don't know how to take charge when it's needed, you're not usually a great team member in the long sense. You need to know when you can step up and when you need to stay back.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Do you have questions?
Anybody else? Okay, all right, thank you.
That's it for the presentations. Item number 4 is communications. Do we have any public communications or Title VI Sharing Advisory Committee?
How many public?
No, Mr. Gore. Okay. Item B, our ex officio student board member message.
I keep this brief. I have to thank all the students for coming here, even though I think most of you came here kicking and screaming because of Phil Blatt's class. Thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful, wonderful board meeting. Hopefully this one's short. I'm gonna pass it on.
All right, thanks. Billy. All right, next up, item C, our central office message.
That would be me. I just want to say thank you to everyone that came out for our movie night last, was it Thursday? We had a wonderful turnout, almost 300 people, I would say, came. Kids had a great time, so that was wonderful for the Wild Robot celebration. I also want to recognize the history department and our students who participated in the history symposium. All the work that was on display was excellent and a lot of hard work goes into that, so that's awesome. The awards night last night, what a wonderful experience. Everyone that put that on and all of the speakers and the wonderful things said about our students. Just it's a really good experience to leave feeling so proud of our kids and our teachers. So that was great. Just finished strong. Oh, congratulations to Odyssey of the Mind, 4th place at World. That was amazing. We're almost there. Finish strong, work hard, do good on your regions. Have a good summer.
Thank you. And you said no, Mrs. Meira, right? Correct. Okay. All right, well, I didn't get a consensus on a long meeting or a short meeting, so we'll split the difference here.
Yeah, I was gonna say medium.
Right, your mercy. Mr. Bartosik, what do you got for us?
So our athletics year kind of wraps up on moving up that June 16th. It's a big day for us where we're going to be recognizing our student athletes and giving our awards out, recognizing some coaches and other staff members who make a difference. However, we're still in the fight. We have a couple mod games still going, and we have Xavier Escobar is still running in the state finals on Saturday in Webster, New York, which is pretty cool. 100 and 200 in his class, which makes him one of the fastest kids in Western New York. So that's a pretty cool achievement. We haven't had a track and field state rep since a high jump. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Schwab, maybe. It's been a while. So that was pretty cool. way to end some of our spring seasons, which, you know, I was very proud of. And it's always interesting just to look back upon the year. Athletics come and go in seasons, and can't believe we're here at the end. But looking forward to a few weeks off and then starting our summer programming, which we did go live with our swim signups today. We will be running summer swim starting on July 13th and running for 3 weeks and 6 weeks of athletic camps this year. So pretty healthy summer schedule and match what's going on with the rest of the district.
Awesome. Give us a little bit of insight. What are the games? What are the different types?
We try to match up every one of our athletic sport, every one of our sports. So the initial goal was to connect our youth programs with our high school. And I think we're represented in everyone. Not we're not golfing or bowling. We're not on campus. We are extending the age, to 9th grade this year, to further connect our programs, align as best as possible, and get our coaches and our older student athletes around our younger student athletes. And thus far, it's been well received, and I'm hoping this year our attendance grows because of that addition.
Right, thank you. Any questions for?
You mentioned that you don't have nothing for bowling or golf yet, at least. Do we have any plans or goals or aspirations to try to grow those programs? More specifically, I think of like the golf program, like what type of things do we offer for our golf programs?
I had a very long meeting with our golf coach today.
Nice.
And our numbers grew, they tripled this year. However, it's hard for some students to recognize it as a competitive sport versus a recreational sport. That's okay. You got to learn to be a competitive golfer, right? But the numbers were there. Now it's just taking the next step to compete against programs that have a better history of competitive golf.
Yeah, established.
So I will say the numbers were there, and a few adjustments could make a difference. But for now, just get them golf.
Yeah.
And that's not always easy because we're not in control.
Well, that's good, and I think like the sport like that, and a lot of the sports obviously, but the sport like that, you know, I think a lot of the student athletes could pick up a lot of the, you know, the respect and etiquette and things like that. I mean, obviously the competitive edge as well. You know, we want to be successful and win, but I think that's a great sport amongst all of our athletics and extracurriculars, but just to teach you life lessons, things like that. So I'm glad to hear the numbers have tripled, and it was a great year. It sounds like it'll be a great summer.
Well, I gotta ask, seeing how it's so hot out these past couple days, everyone's thinking snow and winter and cold weather and all that kind of good stuff. Give us an update. Is there any conversation with the ski team that we talked about?
So I have had conversations with both the section and with Holiday Valley. We don't have to make a big declaration of attendance for the ski program as you would other sports. I mean, it is a sanctioned sport. We would need to have numbers and support from our board and our administration to go forward. It is very different than most sports that I have experience with, to be honest. I have seen an event. I know what it looks like, but I'm not well versed in it, to be fair. If we ran the proactive signups, which I haven't heard from a lot of students, for competitive ski or other sports, I've heard some things about that we can get into another time, but competitive ski would be, I don't want to say as simple as running signups and getting a coach and running a team. The coach would be another bit of an issue. They're running most of their coaches through Holiday Valley with people who know what they're doing. And then it's just sticking with it.
Just curious. And one of the things, so Actually, I was just curious, is there any interest, did anybody talk to any of the people who are in our ski club program? Sue, were you with the high school program?
Yeah.
How many students were in ski club?
Regular basis, we had about 20 to 25 that skied regularly. Most of them were beginners, just casual skiers. And of course, then we have Seneca and, two Senecas, which are really the younger students. There are a couple kids that I know of that are outside that don't come to ski club that ski regularly at Holiday Valley on a pretty decently high level. I don't know much about them. They've never come to ski club, but I hear the other kids talking about them, and some of the things that they do. There might be some interest out there. I don't know.
Just curious. Yeah. All right, thank you. All right, let's see. Mr. Parisi, we haven't heard from you in a while. What do you got for us, sir?
Yeah, we are wrapping up our school year, obviously, finishing up some last minute CSE meetings, making sure we're programming appropriately scheduled for the kids going into the next school year. Finishing all of our initials that we've had this year, as I mentioned yesterday. We're right on course to wrap up the year cleanly. Of course, planning for next year, of course, and working on our summer programming. We are working to make sure we can evaluate all as soon as we do evaluate for the summer, hold those meetings as well. And then continue, as Mr. Schneider presented to us previously, building programs, right? And continue to build programs and have our kids coming back to our district from our district placement. Because we want our kids to be with us, right? So working on those things. Also, too, I do want to say that we had 3 different state reviews that we were working on, and 2 of them were completed. The other one is moving forward. It's a 3-year program, so that's why we haven't finished that one yet. But the other 2 that we were tasked with, we did complete. And give a thumbs up.
Awesome. Any questions for Mr. Parisi? Mrs. Dudek. You're trying to hide behind your computer right now.
No, I'm reading. So great. No, thank you. We are in full swing. This time of year is the busiest for us because we're living in audits from last year and all of the data and all of the finances things that we put in out of our department. We are living in this year, wrapping up this year. So thank you to Levi and his help with getting all that ready for the end of the year roll up, which just came out today. And working on the 72-page document to get everything behind the scenes ready to do in July. So we're hopeful by mid-July that we'll be able to get Power School active and for the 26-27 school year. And that's when the buildings can start doing the scheduling and everything goes live that way as well. On a great note, for the first time ever, as of June 4th, we have only 1 spot open for UPK. And that has never happened in the past 10 years. So we definitely have a full slate. We have started our wait list and we have started conversations about how to bring the students in with additional supports. And with the help of Mr. Parisi and Ms. Simon, we are also looking at some integrated co-teaching classrooms like Mr. Schneider talked about for our preschool setting as well. So we're looking at how we can build those programs to get the students as much help as young as they can. So it supports them so they don't need our help if they do. So between that, attendance is in a good spot. We'll hear from Mr. Brundage hopefully this summer. And Ms. McClarney, I can't thank her enough. She's getting ready for her August Wellness Day, August 20th, we're doing the 3rd week this year. So please, if you have anyone that would like to set up a table, we're looking at doing some presentations this year as well, some mini club presentations for families. And she has quite a few food trucks that are going to be coming again as well. So please start to promote that and watch with the help of Carney to get that going.
Thank you. Any questions? Ms. Brown, how about what do you got for us?
We are currently scheduling all our summer work for the center office because summer is probably the busiest time for us. We are adding new access points throughout the entire district. I think there's over 200 of them. So they have to program them, install all of the fun things. Charging stations through the elementary and intermediate school. So pulling out the ones that are there, replacing those. We update every single device throughout the entire district twice over summer. That's over 3,000 computers. And we are refiguring email addresses for K7 to increase our security when it comes to student information out there. Currently, student email addresses are first name, that last name. And when that when they're using their email addresses later on, especially through high school, that's PII that goes right out the door. I don't want to do 7 through 12 at this point in time because they have OneDrives that have documentation that they're holding on to. So we will matriculate the K7 email address change throughout high school. Like they'll grow out of what we currently are doing. In that, we have to rebuild every device that we renamed for an email. So we're rebuilding about 600 laptops on top of the updating business. So it's gonna be a busy summer. It'll be fun.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Any questions? Sure. All right, you mentioned IT and I see we have Mr. Weishen here. No. I don't remember seeing you at a board meeting in the past couple of years.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
He says that doesn't sound like fun to me.
Yeah, no, yeah, something about it.
What do you got? You got any info for us for the IT world?
Same thing she just said, get ready for summer, because everybody thinks it's quiet for us, and it's the exact opposite.
Mhm.
The teacher's like, well, you must be ready. I go, you know, the quiet time of not everybody in the hallway, but you're in and out of every room and auditing sound systems and you name it, it's busy, to say the least. Keeps us on our toes the entire.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions for Ms. Weishen?
No, I just want to comment on both of them though. I think I speak for all of us that, without the IT departments and all the work that you guys do, I think we'd be lost. So I just appreciate it very much. Especially for, I know you've helped me out with my devices and stuff at different times. So thank you.
Well, I'm hoping we go slightly unrecognized because
Yeah,
if we do, then we're really doing our jobs very well. And nobody knows.
All right, I said we'll split the difference, so I'll call on one more and the rest of you, you're off the hook for tonight. Mr. Long,
Come on,
the biggest thing that is on everyone's mind, where is graduation?
Graduation will be on Iroquois campus, and if we can get the weatherman to grant us some good weather, it'll be outside in the track.
In the track.
Yes, very excited for that. I hope. Last year we were not able to. It was a good call because it did rain, but I'm hoping for good weather. If you want more, I'll give you a little more. If you want to move on,
Well, yeah, we wanted to clear that up where graduation.
Graduation here.
Yeah, we were all confused on
At the
it.
Iroquois campus, hoping for outdoors. It'll give us ample parking in the main section and then also Seneca and then the track parking. We won't have to necessarily be utilizing the mini vehicle, if we will, transporting people back and forth. I think it'll be a great event if we can host it outside.
Okay, all right, high school, what's going on?
Let's go. We'll start with probably the stuff people don't want to hear. Parents, if you're listening, please make sure you're checking in with your students and making sure they're getting all their assignments in so that we have a successful end of the year. There's the dreaded summer school and summer work, gearing up for that. Looking forward to helping students earn credit they do throughout the school year, and also just developments across my office and the building. We'll jump into testing. We had our first day of testing today with our ELA regents, so definitely adds a level of stress to the building and to staff and the students. You could feel it in the building, but everybody handled it gracefully and did a great job. We'll go into an upcoming event. Prior to graduation, we have our infamous Mud Day this coming Tuesday. Looking forward to that event. The seniors are prepping for their skits, and we'll also have our awards athletically and academically. We'll go to a couple great events. First one, last Thursday, I was not able to attend the district-wide book read event here as I was at the SMI graduation. Amazing event, truly loved attending that. And then I had a phone call from the neighboring school asking about the stoles and do we let students wear them? And it was, I don't know, I felt great about the response about, we have a very supportive board that allows students to wear regalia and the stoles. And that principal was on board, like, yeah, I just wanted to see where you guys were at with it. So thank you for that support years ago. It is truly an awesome event for graduation. And then last night's awards dinner, just incredible. We have students that run the gamut, from academics to just social aspects to athletics that are amazing. I concur with our gentleman that talked about, I would argue that we have some of the best in the state, and I'll stand on that, say it to the students pretty often. And then we'll finish with a somewhat funny one, senior pranks. Well done this year.
Well, it's not all
They've
over.
done it with some class, right? and it didn't get out of hand. My favorite response is I did have a parent call and ask about senior skip day, and I let them know accordingly it is July 1st. But it's been a great school year, and it's looking like a good end of the year as well, and that's a tribute to our staff and our students, so, yeah, that's where we're at. Let's go Warriors.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Any questions for Nicole?
Oh, yes, senior walk, thank you. We do have the senior walk coming up the 15th. I believe we're starting at Prospect, and then we'll come back here to the campus, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for the clarification. I'm sure Levi will have it on social media, so if we don't see it, we'll get it.
Very awesome. Thank you. Well, like I said, those who didn't get a chance to say anything tonight, save it for next time. You know the deal. If I'm running the meeting, I'm gonna call on everyone, so. Does anybody really want to say anything?
I do like this group.
All right. We'll move on. Now we're up to the Board of Education message. So we'll start down there on the end with Mr. Ryler.
All right, thank you very much. Good to see everyone. It was a great meeting tonight thus far. I enjoyed the presentations. And yeah, I want to welcome all the students and thank all the staff. And I want to send my deepest apologies for not being able to make the awards dinner last night. It sounded like it was a really great event. And I know I went to one in the past or two in the past, and it was a really good time. So congratulations to all the recipients. I know it was well deserved. And Mrs. Beaver touched on something that I wanted to bring up. Is that the Wild Robot?
Yeah.
The book. So I was we were out in Phoenix for a conference, and my mom was watching my son, and she said that he just broke out in tears in the living room because she went out there and didn't know what was going on. And I guess the ending had gotten him. Because she's like, "What's going on? Oh my gosh, there's something wrong." And he's 7, so I was like really happy that he was read it through. And it's spoiler, I didn't get quite to the end of it, but I did read a good amount of it. But something about that one of the moms or somebody got separated or something, but it just broke his heart. But in a good way, it was like a nice thing. It was a nice book.
Well, you can reassure him that Miss Taggart is taking charge, and this summer we will be getting book number 2.
Okay.
All of our students will get a copy for the
All
summer,
right.
and we're gonna have a summer reading schedule and some locations where they can come and read and get lunch and so
Nice.
they'll
All
get that
right.
before they leave.
Yeah, I look
So we're
forward to
excited.
that. It seemed like it was
Yeah.
a really good success. I think it was.
excellent.
I know we had a couple of copies of the book around our house. Shout out to everyone and pushing that initiative, and the DECA presentation kind of hit on it tonight. Is a lot of our students, whether it's in school or outside of school, is just, I can almost be a quote or something, reading, not scrolling. So I think that's very commendable, and I want to commend all the students on educating yourself and doing all you can. So shout out to all the students and staff, all your hard work. I know we're getting close to the end, and keep it up. Yeah.
All right. Tracy?
Want to welcome everybody tonight. It's almost the end of the school year. So, just a reminder to make sure you get all your work turned in and, finish up strong. I, for one, did love the one district, one book thing. We read it every, we followed the schedule, I guess. Well, maybe got a little ahead. And I'm excited about book number 2 because I know it's a 3-book series. I did see that. So we'll be looking forward to that for the summer. And I guess that's it.
All right, thank you. Ted?
I just want to thank everybody for coming out like always. Yeah, touch on a couple of things that everybody else has. The movie night, just sitting out there from a parent perspective and listening to people talk, it was well received. I mean, it was a beautiful day on that, so it was nice to see everybody actually come out for a beautiful day. But a lot of people that I talked to was hoping that we can continue as a school doing something like that. I think it was a big hit for a lot of the younger kids and some of the parents. The only negative I heard was we need to invest in a slightly larger popcorn machine. There was quite a line for that throughout the entire night. But also the shout out to all the students, the staff for helping out last night at the awards dinner. There's a lot of awards, a lot of great stories behind those. So that was a nice event to be too. And then just lastly, we're weeks away, so buckle down, get your assignments in. the end is near, and then for the seniors, then the next step's away. So, couple weeks from now, be a big day.
All right, thank you, sir. Dale?
Yeah, thanks for everybody, for coming out tonight. I know it's a nice summer night, although it did rain a little bit. I heard it pounding on the roof. So seniors, just make sure everything's caught up, turned in. I want to see everybody walk across the stage. So buckle down. I also attended the Roy Awards event last night. It was phenomenal. You know, a lot of awards passed out for academic excellence and effort, which was nice to see. I actually had to golf early yesterday in league so I could make the event. So it was special. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Well, first of all, thank you to everybody, all of our staff, you know, all of our employees, my colleagues, administration. Thank you all for everything you do for our students, for this community. It doesn't go unnoticed and you're all appreciated. Also, one thing, you know, and I forget about this sometimes because it really does go unnoticed, is volunteerism. You know, especially thank you to my colleagues and everyone else who volunteers and helps with our district and with our students. You know, I do a lot of volunteering myself. Obviously, everybody up here is right along with me with the school board with volunteering, but that doesn't go unnoticed either. And we have a lot of people who help out in this district, and sometimes they don't get recognized maybe as they should. But just wanted to mention that as we're thanking everybody for everything they do for our students, that volunteers don't go unnoticed, and it's appreciated more than you know. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, the awards dinner last night, 10 years. And I think I've missed only one. That is an amazing event. I really love to see that. And one of the things that we've had conversations over the years, parents get to hear the words from the teachers about how their kids are doing in school. And sometimes, you know, it's eye-opening. You know, I hear it a lot. It's like the parents will say, "My kid? Really?" You know, it's like, trying to be so polite in school, but not at home kind of thing. But you know what? It really is awesome to hear. And a lot of the staff and a lot of teachers who nominate these kids and go up there and talk about them, you can tell it's really heartfelt, that it really means something to them. So a lot of the teachers have spent numerous years, you know, educating these kids that get these awards. And you can just tell that it's genuine when they talk about these kids and give them the accolades. It's really an awesome event. I'm glad I've been a part of it for a lot of years here. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. Again, students, thank you for being here. Whose class is this for again, Owen?
Bill Blatt's.
Oh, Bill Blatt's class, okay. All right, well, even though it's a requirement, thank you for being here. It gives you a little insight into what, you know, we do as a school board in our business meeting here. We do go over a lot of different topics. There is a little bit of free time to talk about things that aren't necessarily on the agenda, but just gives you a little bit of look into a small local level. I don't even know what I want to say, the board. I wanted to say a committee, but it's not necessarily even a committee. So thank you for being here. It's appreciated as well. Buckle down. You're all seniors up there. A couple weeks to go, and then it's the big day. I'm looking forward to that event. Hopefully the weather stays nice and we can hold it outside, but we'll make do if it's inside as well. So it's going to be a great event. I'm really looking forward to it. So, all right. Thank you everyone for a great year, and good luck to you seniors in the last couple weeks. That's all I got. Dr. Dealer?
Just, I know Mrs. Berry, Mrs. Butler, did you have something you wanted to mention?
Wait a minute, I asked if anybody wanted to say
I know,
anything.
well, sometimes you gotta pull it out.
Our 7th grade team would like to invite you to our moving up day. Also that evening is their 7th grade dance. Which is early this year, right? So it starts at 4. So that's the evening of the board meeting. If you want to swing by and show them if you dance, please.
Okay.
Drop that off to you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The past week or two has been quite busy, as you've heard from many of the events. One of the ones that wasn't mentioned was the Niagara Frontier Industry Education Council College and Career Portfolio, or if you want a whole slew of letters, the NIFIC CCP breakfast, where two of our students were honored in Hamburg, and one of them was here tonight. I've seen her around quite a bit, especially as we're talking about honors and recognition. Jelena Hawkins and Kylie Rower were recognized at this breakfast in Hamburg. And for the work that they did on what's referred to as their college and career portfolio. And I just wanted to make a note that at the end of the event, the speaker, who was one of the judges, actually made a effort to come up and speak specifically to me and to compliment both of those particular students and the great job that they did. So just a shout out to them all the way in Hamburg for our business education and career and college portfolio. Our students are getting recognized. So Salamanca really is doing a great job of, not only doing a good education, I think we know that, but also getting the word out and being recognized by individuals and having folks come out who didn't have to make an effort to say they're doing a nice job. All of the other dinners and awards, the Seneca Nation Senior Night was absolutely terrific. It was great to hear. I believe we had around 17 or 18 teachers that were recognized as being or having the greatest influence on the students' high school career or school career. So I took the opportunity to go out and recognize each one of those teachers, but there are a lot of people that influence students and graduates, and it was good to hear that many of those were our own teachers here at school. So, thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. All right, back to business. The consent agenda. So we have our approved Board of Education meeting minutes of May 26th. We have travel conference and other trips, our CSE board recommendations and CPSE board recommendations. So can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Dale.
Second.
Second by Tad. Any questions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, motion carried. Okay, we're on to new business. Item A, donation from National Lacrosse League, Rochester Nighthawks. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Salamanca City Central School District Board of Education accepts a one-time donation by the NLL Rochester Nighthawks for the Seneca Youth Dancers, valued at approximately $934.78, and a letter of appreciation be approved.
Motion.
Motion by Christian.
Second.
Second by Dale. Any questions?
Questions, comments?
Yeah.
I just want to say that this, the Seneca Youth Dancers, I had opportunity to attend a few of their gatherings and socials and things like that, and Aaron, the whole group, they all do a really great job. So I know they're maybe not here tonight, but I just wanted the word to get out that, really proud of them and all the work that they do and representing our culture and, doing it in a great way. So, yelling to them.
All right, and since the Bandits didn't win a 4P this year, next year everyone can cheer for Rochester. And hopefully they'll win a championship. All right, so we had a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, motion carried. Okay, item B, a donation from Mr. Jordan Weir. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Salamanca City Central School District Board of Education accepts a one-time donation of 3 hardcover copies of the book Mr. Weir wrote titled The Fallout Kids to the High School Library Collection, valued at approximately $105, and a letter of appreciation be approved. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Tracy. Second. Okay. Second by Tad. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, motion carries. Okay, item C, donation, Porsche Brothers Precision. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Salamanca City Central School District Board of Education accepts a one-time donation of 2 pieces of steel donated to the high school technology department to be used as a part for the bus garage, valued at approximately $85, and a letter of appreciation be approved. Can I get a motion? Motion by Dale.
Second.
Second by Christian. Any questions? What's this gonna be for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask me. And I wandered around at the end of the day looking for the details on this. I will have the details, but I believe we're going to sort of unveil it, so I don't want to spread too much information about what it is.
What a surprise. Another dinner event. Hooray.
There we go.
All right, we got first and second.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Weight of steel. How much does the steel weigh? Where are we storing the steel?
Well, I can tell you that I'm totally prepared to answer that question. But I can tell you that for the price of $85, it's not going to be exceptionally heavy or require too much storage. So I believe it will be here on campus, but I can assure you that we will transport it safely.
A
and
particular type of
appropriately.
steel was just
It's the
carbon
hard, break. Yes. Right.
Give
I
carbon
can get
count?
those details for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried. Okay, next we have the contract for the Consolidated Service Unit. Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent and following the CSU ratification of such proposal, be resolved that collective negotiation settlement with the Consolidated Service Unit for a new contract, collective negotiations agreement between the superintendent of schools of the city school district of the city of Salamanca, New York, and Consolidated Services Unit, July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2030, be approved to the extent required by law, and that the superintendent of schools be hereby authorized and directed to execute same on behalf of the district. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Tracy, second by Dale. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried. Absolutely.
I just wanted to extend my appreciation to Mr. Weishen, who is the president of the CSU. Do you want to touch base on your team a little bit? This is a culmination, this contract is a culmination of 3 months, 5 months.
Sorry.
It went by so fast, it was so much fun. Yes. 5 months of work, and I believe we have reached a good, very good contract, both for the district and for the association. Is there anything you want to say?
No, I mean, I think, I worked with Chris and Emily, Jen Chives and Lori, Eric Bodley, she's unfortunately out with an injury, but, took a long time, but we're glad it got through it, and thank you guys for everything.
All right.
Glad it'll be signed and good to go.
Good to go.
Yes, thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, item E, contract for Realbotics Corp. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, that the contract with Realbotics Corp. At a cost of $57,590 be approved. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second. Motion by Tad, second by Dale. Any questions?
Plenty. What are we purchasing from Realbotics?
Realbotics.
Realbotics.
Sorry.
Right.
What are we purchasing from Realbotics?
So this is a contract to engage with Realbotics Corporation, who has partnered with Wise Ed. This is going to be both a robot as well as an avatar that can provide, that is a AI enabled. Now, sometimes when we think about AI, we have concerns, but this robot will be provided in a secure fashion. It will not actually be connected to the internet. It has the opportunity and ability to be loaded with curriculum and resources specific for Salamanca schools. And the avatar will be available for students to assist with homework and other schoolwork outside of the school day as well as during the school day.
Okay, a couple follow-up questions. Is the AI bot going to be released with some sort of internal web crawler on our systems? Is there going to be any way to feed in information from the rest of our systems? How is that going to be integrated with our internet or server systems? And how much workload is this going to put on our poor IT staff?
None.
No. I was so worried.
Right? Good question. This is not an internet connected device.
But can we put a web crawler in our internal servers and have it connected?
No.
Okay.
But we do have the ability through the interface to upload information to it that way. So we can continually update the curriculum map so that it can be used outside of the robotics and the WISEC curriculum.
Okay. So you could load, I'm just gonna say like AP anatomy and physiology data into it, and that it have it understand it in a way, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And right now it comes complete with the entire WISE Ed curriculum that we're utilizing right now, already incorporated into it, as well as the instructional strategies that are going to go with WISE Ed.
Interesting. Thank you.
Certainly. I don't usually get grilled like that.
Tonight's the night. Any other questions? Okay, we had a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carried. Okay, item F, reserve funds annual review. By recommendation of the Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Operations, the Board of Education approves the following transfers between and among commitment reserve funds to remain in compliance with the district's reserve fund policy. Transfer of 41,000 from Equipment Replacement Commitment Fund, transfer 41,000 from Capital Outlay Commitment Funds, and transfer 82,000 to the Retirement Award Commitment Fund. Okay, and I get a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Dale,
Second.
second by Tracy. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, motion carried. Okay, item G is declare surplus. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the following be declared surplus and be used towards a trade-in with John Deere be approved. 2009 John Deere tractor, something, trade-in value $25,000. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Motion.
Christian,
Second.
second by Tad. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, motion carried. H, reorganizational meeting. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education, a reorganizational meeting be held on July 7th, 2026, to begin at 5:30 PM in the high school large group instruction room be approved. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Tracy, second by Dale. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, motion carried. Reorg in July. Okay, item I is scholarship, Jacqueline L. Decker Memorial Scholarship. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education accepts and establishes the Jacqueline L. Decker Memorial Scholarship with an annual amount of $1,000 to be given to a graduating senior who meets the criteria of pursuing a path in early childhood education and is committed to making a difference in the lives of young children with criteria established by the Decker family, and that a letter of appreciation be sent to be approved.
Motion.
Motion by Christian,
Second.
second by Tracy. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried. Okay, item J is a scholarship, Rockwell Early Scholarship. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education accepts and establishes the Rockwell Early Scholarship and annual award amount of $1,000 to be given to 2 graduating seniors. One student must meet the criteria of pursuing a degree career in nursing with a preference on attending Jamestown Community College, but not a requirement. And to one student who plans on going to a trade school with criteria established by Ms. Rockwell Early. A check will be issued to each one of the 2026 student recipients directly. This scholarship will continue for 5 years, ending on graduation in June of 2030. A check of the remaining $8,000 will be deposited with the Salamanca City Central School District for disbursement over the next 4 years, and that a letter of appreciation be sent and be approved. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Dale.
Second.
Who was that? Tracy, second by Tracy. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, motion carried. K, scholarship music department. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education accepts and establishes a one-time scholarship from the music department to be given in an amount of $250 to a Salamanca High School graduate enrolled in performing ensembles, music theory, digital media, or related programs. Demonstrate academic achievement in these courses with a minimum average of 90. Demonstrate leadership, innovation, or community involvement and show proficiency in music and/or technology. The music department, working with the media departments, will choose the recipient, and that a letter of appreciation be sent to be approved. Can I get a motion? Motion. Motion by Christian,
Second.
second by Tracy. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carried. Okay, now we are on item 7, personnel action number 1. We have names under certified classified retirements, our certified classified resignations, terminations, FMLA, leave of absence, unpaid leave of absence. We have some appointments, student workers, substitutes, athletics. B is personnel action number 2, our summer appointments. Looks like we have bus drivers, monitors, food service helpers. Item C is personnel action number 3, summer athletic camp teachers. These are all for the summer athletic camps. And then item D is our personnel consent agenda approval. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education approves the personnel action items listed in the public content of section 7, item A, item B, item C. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Dale, second by Tad. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, motion carried. And item E is introduction of newly appointed staff or others.
All right, there was a lot that just happened right there.
Yes, there was.
I will turn it over to Mr. Long first.
Just like to say it's my pleasure to offer my recommendation for tenure for Mrs. Sue Schnaufer, business teacher at Salamanca High School. As you know, we have a pretty robust business department, and she stepped into her role taking on responsibilities that came with high expectations and large shoes to fill. From the outset, she's demonstrated professionalism, dedication, and a commitment to maintaining and building upon the strengths of the department. If you know Sue, she approaches her work with precision and care, consistently attending to details, planning ahead, and ensuring that both instructional practices and departmental processes are organized, purposeful, and forward-thinking. Mrs. Schnaufer continues to find opportunities to grow both personally and professionally, seeking out ways to enhance her instruction, support our students, and contribute to the broader school community. Her reflective practice and commitment to excellence are evident in all aspects of her work. In alignment with our warrior values, learning excellence, respectful relationships, effective communication, and continuous improvement, Mrs. Schnaufer exemplifies what it means to be a dedicated educator and colleague. Without reservation, I recommend her for tenure to the board. She's an invaluable member of our team. We know she's over there. Sue, you're amazing. And I'm confident she'll continue to make an impact in the building with our students.
Congratulations.
Kinds of different opportunities, and followed by students, especially students that are students do a very wonderful job and do a lot of work. And it's great to see our students.
Thank you.
There you go. 2 in a row. I also have Mrs. Shaw that I'd like to recommend for tenure, school social worker here at the high school. She's continued to grow in her profession and is a valued member of our team. Mrs. Shaw is a reliable and trusted resource for our students, as I've witnessed her lunch groups continue to grow. Students continue to seek her out as she offers a safe, welcoming presence for anybody that just even needs a place to check in. Her approach is thoughtful, compassionate, and student-centered, allowing her to build those trusting, strong relationships. She does go above and beyond in her role by taking on additional responsibilities, including as our current senior class advisor, a co-advisor, and collaborating with staff so that things just operate in a smooth, efficient manner. She works effectively with counselors, teachers, and administrators to support students academically, socially, and emotionally, and contributes positively to our culture. Her professionalism, dedication, and commitment to student well-being make her a valuable asset, and we are glad to have you on the team.
I'm just really thankful for this opportunity. I mean, my 4th year here. I love this district enough. My kids come here, they understand what it's like to be a warrior too now. I'm thankful for the students I've been able to make an impact with and the contributions that I can make to the district. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Awesome.
I believe that is everyone. Well, basically, I'm looking at. When we see the rest of the individuals, we will make sure we welcome them.
Okay. All right, next up is just the board information reports discussion. We have a thank you card from Randolph Central School staff, which is right here. This is Salamanca District. Thank you for the beautiful bouquet of flowers. We appreciate you thinking of our students and staff during this time. Sincerely, RCS staff. Yes, that's nice. And then we also have a thank you letter for the Rodney Creed donation. For it to open. Slow here.
Yeah, replace this.
This is Dear Miss Marie Kennedy, on behalf of the Salamanca Music Department, thank you for your monetary donation to the music department in memory of Rodney Green. Your thoughtful contribution helps us honor Rodney's legacy by providing educational opportunities to a deserving student. Through your generosity and donations from the music department, a recipient will be able to receive a scholarship of $250 in memory of Rodney, reflecting the values and spirit that he embodied. Rodney was not just a colleague, but a friend to all in the music department. He shared his passion for music alongside his talent and technology with all of us. He always went above and beyond to assist us in any way and every way possible. He'll be deeply missed. We are deeply grateful for your support and for helping keep Rodney's memory alive in such a meaningful way. Your kindness will have a lasting impact on the life of the scholarship recipient for years to come. Thank you again for your generosity and commitment to honoring his memory. With sincere appreciation, Jill A. Sarazani, Salamanca Music Department Chair. Thank you. We have our enrollment numbers for June of 26, and then we have our upcoming events. June 10th is our UPK end of year celebration, 6 p.m. in the Prospect Gym. June 15, senior walk, 8:30 a.m. High School Seneca, 9:30 a.m. Prospect. June 16, kindergarten graduation at 6 p.m. in High School Auditorium. June 16, high school move-up day to be held at 8 a.m. in High School Auditorium. June 19 is no school. June 23, Board of Ed meeting right here at 5:30. June 24, senior parade to be held at 5:30, beginning at Save-A-Lot Dudley parking lot. June 26, graduation, 7 p.m. at the high school track complex or the auditorium. And that's all we have for tonight. So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion by Tracy. Second by Dale. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried. We are adjourned. 6:58.